Hello, good afternoon. Thank you again for tuning in on another episode of ProsTalk. For those who just tuned in, ProsTalk is the exclusive corporate responsibility of LB, the platform for everyone. Today we have a very exciting guest. They're one of the most sought after glass and aluminum supply installation in the country. And with us is Mr. Timms Choii. Hi, Timms.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon,
Also,
Nat. Good afternoon, Julie.
yes. So also today is unique because we have another guest in the program. He's also one of the co-founders of Ruby. Hi, Jameson.
Hi, good afternoon.
All right. So later, this is going to be a conversation with those who are watching. This is really going to be a question around how should we decide on which windows or glass doors are best suited for what your house or your building needs. So let's just start Teams with a couple of questions. What makes your product different from the aluminum doors and glass that's currently available in the market?
Um, it's a very broad question, no? But I think we can summarize it into six key points. The first one is the design of the product should be good. It should look good. It should function well. That's very broad. Number two is if the design is good, the materials used has to be also of good quality. Particularly for our industry, the aluminum has to be of a certain thickness to be durable. The glass has to be of the correct size for it to be durable and tempered properly. So, the hardware, kailangan maganda yung quality, hindi siya nangangalawang, hindi siya nasisira agad. So, that's 2 points pa lang. No? The next one would be the fabrication technology, the method of which we, as suppliers, assemble the windows. It has to be done well. And then, of course, installation on site, that's number 4. It has to be installed properly. And then lastly, number 5 is it has to be easy for the end user to maintain. Na it will be kept for a long time without very much of a headache maintaining the product. So I think these things are the general things you look for in any product, whether it's windows, doors, flooring, roofing, insulation, air conditioning. Yeah. So yun yung what we think clients should look out for when they look at windows and doors.
No, thank you for that, Timms. No, it's just a question very specific to windows because, of course, like doors, you often either open it, slide it, but they're prone to the wear and tear of rain and sunshine and all that good stuff. Okay? And over time, to your point, you can't avoid leaking windows. So, from your perspective, and given that you also fabricate, right, customize and you fabricate, how do you prevent that from happening? Or what is your proprietary design strategy for windows so that the leaking doesn't happen in the first 2 years of installation?
We work hand in hand with our architects, the client's architects. First of all, the window has to be placed properly. If the window is positioned at a place na walang canopy, it's very prone to be affected by strong winds or rain. So the first step is even before us, the design of the house has to be properly done. And I'm sure our architect partners, our clients' architects are very well aware of this now. We come in when there's already a suggested design of a window, whether it's sliding or casement. We follow through with that. Our product, for weatherproofing it, it's really about choosing the right type of window. And casement windows as well as awning windows are the best because they have rubber gaskets all around. This can be found with many of the quality suppliers for windows and doors. As long as they have good rubber gaskets and they're installed properly, the sealant is applied properly, weather leaking should not be a problem. This is not something proprietary, unfortunately. This is a matter of being meticulous with the details. So as long as the supplier is meticulous with that, and we pride ourselves in being very meticulous, the windows should be fine.
All right. So Tim's, I guess that's the operating word, right? It's not proprietary thing, but it has something to do with your quality of installation of materials used to create, right?
Uh,
Yes. So how a typical question that would be asked by viewers is this standard size for windows and doors? But more often than not, for those that are building, especially now, there are certain customization that people want, right? Probably bigger windows, and all that. How do you do that? Do you customize? How do you go through that process, or do you recommend people to get standard size windows and doors?
I guess standard building structures have standard window sizes, and most suppliers can handle standard sizes. This is where undersized aluminum gauge, yung thickness ng aluminum, will not be causing any problem. But when it comes to bigger residential houses with larger windows, or in areas wherein there is strong wind, or it's very open to the nature, very open to the elements, we need better thickness and better quality aluminum. So just to get a little bit technical, our windows and doors for relay have a thickness ranging from 1.4 millimeters to 2 and 2 millimeters upwards. So this works whether your windows are big or small. This is very applicable. They're just becoming more durable. In the same way as metal or any other material, the thicker it is, the more durable it is. The tensile strength improves. The same with glass. No? For a lot of floor to ceiling glass applications, we don't skimp on the thickness of the glass. We use one half thickness. Other suppliers can supply 10 mm, and we can do that also. But we choose not to compromise the potential, the durability, tensile strength.
All right. So does that mean also, Tim, that because some of the folks who would prefer glass, to have a better view, they're sometimes afraid that, because of security, because it's glass, you can easily break it. So what are the security features of, these glass panels that you guys have?
Uh, Whatever we do, glass is glass. If someone wants to break it, it will be broken. It's not very hard. There are ways, but there are applications of glass. There are designs of glass wherein you have insulated glass or you have laminated glass, so that you have several sheets of glass stuck together. When one sheet is shattered, the other sheet will hold it in place. These are more for accident reducing measures, not really for security from burglars or thieves. So this is more for if something were to hit it, the people in the interior or the exterior will not be seriously injured, even if the glass shatters. And another thing is we always promote tempered glass for our residential projects. We think it's a small cost increase, price increase for the client, but the glass will be a lot more safe and people will not get injured should the glass shatter. I think the security function in terms of pinapasukan sa bahay, no? This is more relating to the locking mechanism of our windows and doors. So each window and door have a different locking mechanism, but ours usually come with multi-point locks, meaning each panel locks at several positions of the between the door and the wall. So they lock instead of just at the middle where the lock is, it locks at the top and at the bottom. So it's a little more secure, and it's also harder for petty burglars to get in.
All right. Thank you so much for that, James. And again, Jameson, I know you have some questions very specific to your requirements and your interest. So over to you, Jameson.
Yeah, Tim. So I'm about to start my renovation, and my wife and I have been choosing between UPVC and aluminum windows. We like the look of the frame of the UPVC, but we've heard that if you use white for UPVC, it will fade and have stains in the future. And then aluminum, we've experienced low quality where if there's strong wind, it just shakes and makes so much noise.
Yes.
then when you slide, it makes screeching sound. And then when you have sliding doors, they just don't stay put, and the rollers just break all the time. So I'd like to get your thoughts between choosing, let's say, high quality aluminum and high quality PVC. What's the difference? And what are your thoughts and recommendations?
Yeah, it's good you brought up high quality, no? Kasi there's definitely high quality aluminum, high quality PVC, low quality aluminum, and low quality UPVC. So let's take away the low quality stuff muna. Uh, and a little bit of a history. In the Philippines, at least, for the past 20 or 25 years, the high quality windows and doors have mostly been supplied by UPVC players. So the impression is, especially of the architects designing nice residences, is that aluminum windows are only for basic structures like warehouses and public schools and dormitories. But now the reality has changed. In the past 5 years, 5, 10 years actually, higher quality aluminum window systems have come up that can match the quality UPVC. So let's start there. No, that's basically we're coming in with quality UPVC products now. You're right. One of the issues with UPVC is the basic color will fade or will stain because it is affected by the sun, especially the exterior side. The sun emits not just light but also radiation that stains, especially the white color. It will become a little bit of a cream color or a yellowish color. This is not the case with powder coated aluminum. Usually, aluminum would be powder coated, whether locally or from a factory abroad. The powder coating has their own warranty, and we just simply pass it on to the customer. So that's very important to check. Second is durability. Aluminum is a metal, so it will be more durable versus plastic, which is PVC. Some better quality PVC windows have a metal bar inside the frame. This helps with their durability, but that just shows that PVC on its own is lacking. Uh, the hardware's screeching sounds, rollers breaking. This is really an identifier of low quality windows and doors. These are basic products. No? There's rollers you can buy for X amount of pesos and rollers that are 10 or 20 times the cost, but last also 10 or 20 times longer. So, of course, uh, our quality sort of expensive windows, we don't compromise on that. Yeah. So, our hardware has a really long time. And one, I guess this is a couple of uh, accident preventive measures. No? PVC during a fire, it will melt. It's plastic. Unfortunately, it will release some harmful gases when it melts. So on top of it actually melting and adding to the flame, the gases are toxic. So that's not a very good thing. This happened somewhere in London, I believe. Condominium structure was burning, and some people got trapped because of the toxic gases released by the window frame. Aluminum is not. It is a flame retardant. It's not fireproof, but it will not melt like PVC. Uh, but the thing is, the majority of your window is glass. No? The glass will shatter at a certain temperature in a fire. So whether that's aluminum or PVC, that's bound to happen. And then, lastly, one of the benefits of PVC is it supposedly has a better seal quality, sound reduction, and heat reduction. But the fact of the matter is, 95% of your windows and doors are the area is comprised of the glass. So really, to improve your heat and sound reduction, you don't choose between PVC and aluminum. You have to choose between upgrading your glass panels, whether that's an aluminum frame or a PVC frame. So upgrading your glass panels include looking at insulated glass or low emission glass or reflective glass. So there are many options that your suppliers or your architects can discuss with you to see which part of the house you want to spend a little more money on. Usually it's the west facing side or the master bedroom, the living room. Yeah. Not you don't have to spend for the entire house for the very expensive glass.
Great, and that's good. That's very helpful because I've been trying to research online and really get that answer that you just gave. So
It's,
it's very helpful.
the research you'd find on Google is applicable to international countries,
Yes,
especially the weather difference between winter and summer. PVC may help because of the cold winters, the condensation that happens in very long winters. But we don't have that here. So actually, aluminum for tropical countries is coming out to be more beneficial. And of course, the last thing I would suggest to any home buyer is to find time to go to showrooms. No, it is really something when you feel the sliding door, whether it's annoying to slide or it's very smooth. No, so whether that's PVC or aluminum, I wouldn't recommend closing a deal without checking out their products installed somewhere, whether that's on a project site they have ongoing or in their office or showroom. That's really something you can request for from your suppliers.
Yeah, definitely. So my last question would be around pricing. So, because yes, removing the low quality suppliers and looking at high quality, everyone will say theirs is high quality, right? But the price is still varies, from supplier A to supplier B. But both are saying, we have high quality aluminum. We supply aluminum directly. That's why our prices are cheaper than other brands where you're paying for branding and marketing for other brands. Ours, we're able to source it, get suppliers, so we're able to price it through the market. So,
Yeah.
it's really hard to decide when outside seeing the showroom and touching the materials. What's really saying, the truth, or who should I
Yeah,
go?
some of it is true, no? Marketing cost for some brands factor in the brand quality, the largeness of the brand affects the price a lot. Some better known brands will not hesitate to charge a high price because they know that's what their brand is worth, as with any product. But another, I think, big thing the higher quality brands come with when you pay for their steep price is their good service. Uh, we've heard of our competitors who are more expensive than us consistently get good reviews in terms of their service. And that's what also our company is trying to strive for. We're halfway there. This includes if there's any issue, even after 5 years of living in your house, they will be at your house anytime you call within the next 24 hours, anywhere in the Philippines. So, of course, when you pay for your windows, that's part of the cost. So, whatever their warranties, whatever their service, whatever their extra freebies, that's all factored into the cost. No? Here at e.riverside, we provide warranties, but even after our warranties, if it's small work, we don't charge our clients. No? We just, especially if it's in Metro Manila, we just go over, send our team, check out what's wrong. If there's nothing to replace, if it's just a small adjustment, we don't charge anything. This comes with the way we think we want to do business. We understand it's your house. We don't want to charge you for every little small thing that you have. Sometimes it's just a question of may nadumihan lang sa riles. We just show you how to clean it.
Yes.
So it's building a relationship then with whoever you choose as your suppliers for your house.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tibbs, and I'll be definitely talking to my wife after this and revisit our plans for our windows because again, for us, it's a long-term investment and rather go with high quality than low quality. Super experience with it.
Jameson, we look forward to inviting you to our showroom
Yeah.
and showing you our different products.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for that, James, and for the interesting questions that you raised. For those who are watching us, East Riverside, you can look at their social media page, and you can also look at some of the products that they have that's available for you to actually also check out at their showroom. Now, I know, James, you mentioned earlier, from a security standpoint, with the PVC, it's really important for people to remember you mentioned the incident in London. That was in 2017, right? It's the Grenfell Tower. We saw that because it was such a tragedy. So for those who are watching, we're not saying this to scare you. You need to be cognizant of all the possible things that will help you when emergencies happen. You don't plan for an emergency, but you need to prepare for them. And to Tim's point, right, that was really tragic because instead of those windows being an access point for them to exit their building, it became a death trap for those that are in that building. So before we close, I know you're going to be showcasing some of the products that you guys have, and I think for those who really want to know more, it's great if you can just Tim share how they can go to your showroom. I know it's pandemic. How does that happen?
Yeah, so usually nowadays we start an inquiry online. We receive your window schedule or your architectural plan by email. You can check out our Facebook page to get a basic idea of the different things we do. And then from there, when we have a rough quotation based on some plans, uh, we can invite you over to our showroom. Usually there's not a lot of people. We don't have any walk-ins so so much, so you can come over. We can more or less reserve that small area for you. Any of our staff can be able to assist you. Sometimes it'll be me, sometimes it'll be our team. Visits usually take 15 to 30 minutes maximum. You shouldn't take much longer unless you're really, really curious. So it's really just to get a feel of the different functionalities. The rest of the details can be worked out over the phone naman. The price, the changing of some details, color options. It's really about the hand feel of the operation of the panels that we suggest clients to come over and have a look. Um, yeah, and you'll see when we show our different projects in the next few minutes. We do a quite a big range of products.
All right. Thank you again, Tim. And for those that are watching, stay tuned as we highlight the products and the actual quality of Riverside windows and the windows. So with that, again, for those who tuned in, thank you for watching Buildy and ProsTalk, and we'll see you again next week.